2026 is the year everything changes for me. Now, I have been working, I would say 2006, my birthday, probably since 2018 is when I tried my first little thing online. Um, I've tried a fitness brand selling fitness product, and that was when I was about 12 or 13. Um, I've had a unsuccessful clothing brand. I've had HM agencies where I was finding clients for small businesses um, and bringing them traffic to their business. Once again, didn't work. Many different things like drop shipping didn't work. I'm sure these things do work and they can work, but for me, my thing in the last sort of 12, 14 months has been trading. Trading has been the thing that I've fallen in love with. Trading will be the thing that makes me a multi-millionaire. And yeah, trading is the answer to everything that I've been looking for years and years and years. Here we are. So this video is about how I'm going to excel in 2026, what a few of my goals are, and a little bit about how I'm going to get there. So I'm referencing this on my phone. I've not got very good short-term memory like this. So goal number one is to go full-time in trading. So I currently work a full-time job. I'm working as a lifeguard. Now it's good, don't get me wrong, it's not a very hard job, it's not a very physically demanding job, but as I said, I work full time, I believe 37.5 hours a week, and that's a lot of sitting around doing nothing. It's a lot of time being wasted. So the next big step for me is to leave the job and become full time in trading, which I will 100% do within 2026. The next goal is to make £100,000 before the year is over. Again, this is a goal I believe is extremely achievable. I truly believe this benchmark can be reached potentially even earlier than the end of 2026, maybe towards my 20th birthday, which would be crazy. If I could make £100,000 before July the 2nd, 2026, that would be great. And then my biggest goal, goal number 3 for this year is to have all my current students funded. So right now, that is about 6 people that I've been trading with now for a long time. And I would hope it's going to be way before then, but by the end of the year for all of them to have at least one funded account pass and payout. Again, I believe that's extremely achievable, and I believe that this can be done potentially in the first half of this year. So, next thing I'm going to talk about, again, like I told you, I have to look at my notes. Okay, cool. So next thing is I would like £250,000 in prop firm challenge accounts. Now I won't go into this. If you do know what it is, you do. If you don't, you don't. If you want to know what it is, you can join my academy, and there's videos in there telling you what it is. But yeah, I want £250,000 in prop firm funding, which again I believe is extremely doable. So yeah. So next thing I'm going to be talking about is how I am going to be using risk to reward ratio in my favor to make me consistently profitable, even with a less than 50% win rate. Now, the boys in my academy would have heard me talk about this many a times, but you can be profitable in trading with less than a 50% win rate. You can lose more than half of your trades, and you can still be profitable in trading. Now, for a lot of you, maybe beginners, people that don't understand risk to reward ratio fully, that might sound extremely confusing. I understand that. It's a very confusing thing to get your head around, but it's possible. I'm going to very quickly showcase to you guys how this is possible. So this is why I've got this chart up here, and I'm going to quickly make a long position. This is a buy position. Actually, I'll do it random. So this is how risk to reward ratio works. A lot of you will know this, but I'm treating it as if you don't. So let's make this exactly a 1 to 3. Forget like the chart or anything like that. You were just looking at this box. In fact, I'll move it over here. So we'll make a 1 to 3 risk to reward ratio. There we go. So how this works is this black line here is where we enter the trade. Okay, this is where we've entered the trade. This red box is how much money we're risking, and this green box is how much money we're hoping to win, essentially. Okay. So let's say if I've risked, let's get this brush out because it's going to make it a lot easier for you guys visually. Let's say I risked 30 pounds. Okay, in this trade I've entered here, I'm risking 30 pounds. This is a 1-to-3 risk to reward ratio, which means if I win this trade, I'm going to get 90 pounds. Okay, again, I'll just write that. I'm very bad at, I don't even right, just pretend it says 90. It kind of does, but also really doesn't. Alright, so this is 90 pounds, this is 30 pounds. I'm risking 30 pounds for a 1-to-3 risk to reward ratio to get 90 pounds. Okay, and if this, you think, if this was a 1-to-4, let's make this a 1-to-4. Bang, you can see here, look, 4. This is a 1-to-4. How much do you think I would make then? I hope you all said 120. Okay, and that's what it is, risk to reward ratio. So now, what I just said a few minutes ago, how can you be profitable with less than a 50% win rate? This is exactly how. So let's take an example. So let's get rid of these numbers I've drawn in here. Okay, so let's say that, in fact, no, sorry, I'm going to make these numbers easier for you guys. So instead of being 30, in this box is going to be 50 pounds, and then a win in this is going to be obviously 150 because this is back at 1-to-3. So I'm risking 50 pounds for this trade. If it hits my full take profit up here, I will gain 150 pounds from this trade. Let's say I lose let's say I lose 2 trades. Okay, I lose 2 trades right now in a row. I lose 2 trades. How much am I down? I am down 100 pounds. But on the third trade, I win. How much do I win? I win 150 pounds. So out of those 3 trades, I lost 2 and I won 1 trade, and that gives me a profit. Okay, so we can expand this even more. So let's say this was a 1-to-4 risk to reward ratio. I'll put it back to what it was earlier. This is now a 1-to-4 risk to reward ratio. So now this is 50 pounds. My reward is now 200 pounds. Okay, so let's say I lose 3 trades. Okay, I'm 150 pounds down, but on the 4th trade I win, so I'm then 200 pounds up, so I'm 50 pounds in profit. So if I quickly put it in ChatGPT on my phone, because I'm terrible at maths, believe it or not, so I'm going to type in I won 1 out of 4 trades, what is my win rate? 25%. So with a 1-to-4 risk to reward ratio trades, with a 1-to-4 risk to reward ratio trade, if you have a 25% win rate, you will be profitable. There we go. That is it. Do your own research, elaborate in your own minds, and work it out for yourself. But that is the be-all and end-all of it. That is how you can utilize risk to reward ratio in your favor to be profitable with extremely low win rates. Now, this leads me on perfectly to my next thing, which is backtesting, because you can't do any of this. You don't know that you're going to hit that 1-to-4 risk to reward ratio trade unless you have backtested. So to end off this video, I'm going to show you this, my backtesting system that I use for any new strategy that I'm testing or anything like that. And it's simple as this: Google Sheets. So here I have date of the trade that I'm testing. Is it a buy or a sell? Day of the week, session, time, result, and risk to reward ratio. Now here's a quick example. When I scrolled back into the charts, and this was on the 13th of November 2025, and this was a buy position. And I tested. This was on a Thursday. This was a New York session open at 1 o'clock. I tested what happened, blah blah. It would have hit my full take profit, bang. And this is backtesting. And this is going to go bang 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 bang. I'm going to have 100 on here. Different, obviously, things for different strategies, but that really is it. It's all about collecting data. Because once I've collected, let's say all this was full of data, I could use this data and I could find out on what days do I mostly win trades, on what days do I mostly lose trades, what time do I have the most success, What session do I have the most success in? Which risk to reward ratio for me is common? Which win rate am I looking for? All these different things is all behind your data. Okay, this is why you can't avoid this step as well in trading. You have to backtest. It's such an essential, important thing. You have to backtest, otherwise you just simply will not get anywhere. So yeah, that is it. I believe I'll look at once again my notes for this video, but I do believe that is all that I have to speak about. Let me see. Risk to reward. Yeah. Wins and losses shared. Student progresses. Yeah, I believe that is everything that I talk about today. So yeah, throughout 2026, I'll be using these methods and these strategies to generate myself a shit ton of money. Now, I can't end this video as a man with a business without saying to you guys, I do have a trading academy that I've worked tirelessly on for the last 6 to 8 months. I have 4 or 5 people inside there, traders that help me run the server, and we all work together to give you guys the best service possible. I'll be marketing this professionally very, very soon. It's going to have a lot of traffic, and spaces will be limited. So if you guys are interested in something like that, from someone you see does trading, that you see has spent time doing trading, that you see knows what they're talking about, not just these random forex gurus selling you their signals, because this isn't a signal service. Although we do offer a signal service in there, that is really the smallest part of it. It's all about teaching you guys trading education. Either DM me, TikTok, wherever you're seeing this, Instagram, and I will get back to you guys as soon as possible. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one, which is going to be imminent.